Alright, so how to remove our old chain tensioner and replace that with an upgraded version. So this is an upgraded version of the solid top chain idle tensioner is what it's called. So this is for a solid top. They do make the exact same thing for a twin rail. It will look a little bit different. So basically you won't have this part here. It's basically just a bolt straight through. So this will replace our nylon pad here. If you've got a Rover, they've got the little sort of black curved cover thing. It's exactly the same item. So I've purchased this upgraded version from SB Fabrication Parts. I've purchased it from his brand new website, mopartsoz.com.au. So George has now got his own website. It's a great website to be on. You can spend some real dollars there, I'll tell you. So I'll link that in the description below. It's a very good website, easily set out. Pictures of everything you're buying, so you know what you're going to get, and you'll get that in record time, I tell you. So basically, this is as simple as all we have to do is unbolt our now existing chain tension. So basically there's just a nut on the back here. We'll loosen that. This piece here will totally pull out. As that pulls out, our little cradle there will drop down. Once that drops down, we want to replace that with our new cradle. Pop that piece back in, tighten the nut on back, make sure our chain here is tensioned enough. So where it's sitting now, probably a little bit over tight. You don't want it too tight. The tighter you have it, the more problems you're going to have. So it needs to be a little bit slack, but not so slack that it's jumping around and they're banging against everything. So here we go. Okay, so half inch nut on the back here. I'll loosen that off now. Okay, nut and spring washer is now off. As you can see, our nylon chain tensioner has dropped down here. So if I pull this bracket out here, the old nylon bracket, I suppose you could call it, completely comes off. So pop that aside. I like to keep these just in case you ever need to go back to them. Honestly, I've never needed to go back and put one of these on. These will outlast this version 10 times. So pop that aside anyway. Once we've done that, now we just basically have to replace this. So you'll see on the back side of this bracket here, it's actually square. So on our new idler, there's a square hole in the bracket. So basically that square hole lines up with the square piece on the bolt. So that basically stops this from twisting as such. So it's pretty good design, I think, considering it's so old. But basically, remember how that went. So we want our bracket to go like this. If you do it that way, you'll end up having your chain hit the side of it. You don't want that. So make sure it's going on this way. And here we go. So now we've got that sitting there. Make sure we've got some tension on our chain. It's not crucial, we can actually adjust that afterwards. So make sure our spring washer and our nut goes on the back. grease going everywhere here. Okay, tighten that nut up. And that's it, guys. The job is now done. So our chain's got a slight bit of slack. Not so much that it's going to hit our nut here or bash into things that it's not meant to bash into. But it's not so tight that when it runs, it's sort of so tight that it's sort of binding everything up. We don't want that. So it's sort of, you need a happy in between sort of tension on your chain. So how that is set up there, I think that's pretty good. I mean, if it's not, it's easy enough to adjust the tension, so it'll tighten the tension. Just be a matter of loosening that nut off, pushing the bracket up, and that will apply more tension to your chain. So if you do find it's hitting the chain cover or something like that, simple as to adjust and carry on mowing. So there we are, guys. It's an excellent part to have. It definitely makes your mower a lot smoother, I found. So as that runs, that'll grab all the grease that I've got on these chains already, so no need to grease it. If you don't have any grease on your chains, this is an excellent time to add grease to your chains. The more grease, the better. I just use a general purpose grease. I mean, it's designed for everything. It's just chains, tractors, marine, full driving, motorbikes, boats, so basically it's just a general purpose grease. It's high performance, high temperature as well. So put that all over your chains, you'll never have a problem. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.